See how there's a black line now here? This used to all just butt up next to one another. So they must have switched up something. But here we go. Tonight's Sloth Talk is with... Oh, Addy fucked up. We're still on hold.
All right, now go.
Okay, and we're good.
Yeah.
There we
Sorry,
are.
I had to close Creative Cloud.
All right. And who do we think tonight's interview is with? Oh, he's going to take a second.
Is it even connect? I don't see it saying it's connect.
There he is!
Bro, did you see what happened?
Yeah, did you guys get it sorted or what?
Yeah, they switched it. You can't screen record.
You can't watch your own live account when you're logged in live.
They got rid of that in the last.
That's what?
Yeah,
you know, like we post all the. This is a weird way to start Sloth Talk, talking about Sloth Talk. We post all the live Sloth Talks on our YouTube page, so we have a backlog when Instagram doesn't become popular anymore. We want a hard copy of everything, right? So we record it, but we're usually logged into the Heligrip account. But we had to log out of Heligrip, log into the Overshow account. Everyone go follow the Overshow. And screen record it from the Overshow now.
Word. Well, I guess I didn't even realize that you guys were watching your own live stream. Yeah, that doesn't.
You know, we turn off the volume and all that stuff, and there's a delay. It would throw us off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Like you said what you just said, yet on the other screen behind us.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
How fucking that?
You didn't tell us how dope it was.
Oh, I said it was trippy.
Oh, there we go. We'll take that.
That really wasn't the answer, but okay.
You looking good today, Scam.
Thanks, dude. I put on the special sweatshirt. Check it out.
Yeah, let's see it.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
Oh. Yeah.
Boom. Look at that. Look at that.
Who on that?
Who drew it?
Who drew it?
Fucking Kevin drew it, man. Of course. Who else?
Damn.
But I was drawing this in class all year until I had Kevin draw it for me, you know? My vision, Kevin skills.
What, did you just trace your drawing?
No, I gave him like a rough draft, and then he cleaned it up, you know? Made it better.
You drinking Hell or High Watermelon there?
Dude, how did you know?
Bro, I know all about 21st Amendment, dude. I was working right next there since 2010.
Shout out San Leandro or Alex?
I mean, I don't know where they're brewed at, but I thought they were out of SF.
No, San Leandro. It says right here on the can. It's next to, remember the coping ledge spot?
Near that yellow rail.
Yes, near the yellow rail. That's right.
Yellow rail.
What?
Yeah.
Is that like just a bottling factory?
They have a taste room.
Oh, shit.
Scam, we drove by it. Not
what
that,
have you
like,
been doing?
Pre-COVID. Yeah.
We drove by go to the yellow rail.
Yeah.
Shout out to the First Amendment.
Well...
Yeah, they got the whole, like, drawing on, you know, big mural on the outside. It's real nice. It's all, like, redone. They
bunch of Giants fans. I don't mess with that.
Sheesh.
Hot spot.
Just saying.
From the East Bay.
From the East Bay.
All right, Sam, let's get right into it. Priorities. Number one question I have for you. Premiered March 2020 at the A-Town AM after party with breakfast and Kinetic. Kinetic? Is that right?
Connecticut.
Connecticut's.
Kinetic. No, Kinetic.
Connect 4.
It's Alex and the Boys is what I refer to them as. Alex and the Boys.
Or is it Connect?
And the Boys.
So, you know, what happened from that original premiere to then coming out? Not just like, what did you do? Like, what was up? How much of the video has changed since everyone saw it in March of 2020? Let's start there.
So when I wanted to make priorities, I didn't want to make just another full-length video. You know, I wanted to make a video that had like a message behind it. And I felt that what I premiered in March of 2020 at A-Town, it was missing the actual whole theme. You know, it was missing the message. It was a scooter video, but it didn't have, like, it didn't convey the message that I wanted it to. So for the whole past year, I was really focused on collecting the footage to, you know, to convey this message. And so between then and now, I ended up redoing the intro completely, like from scratch, because I was filming like 3 more Super 8 rolls. And that was a whole other pain that we can get into. But so I completely redid the intro. I added a whole new section after the first song, after the first rap song by People Under the Stairs. And then I also made a credits. So technically 3 new sections, 2.5 if you want to count the re-edit as a half, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But then of course, you know, finishing touches, color correction, sound editing, just tweaking clips here and there, taking stuff out that people didn't want.
I think I've won that one now, bro. Oh man, that's a good one, Anton.
We can start over if you want. We'll just
run it back.
Let's just exit out.
Reload it. That's funny. So like the length of it though, it's relatively the same length though, right?
I guess I added probably like about 8 minutes, I would say.
Okay.
Director's cut.
It was 24 minutes last year, and the final video was about 32 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, man. I mean, it's a masterpiece. You already know how me and Addie feel about it.
Thank you a lot. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, come on now. I'm always proud of my boy Anton. Killed it on this one. Let's get into the 8mm because you mentioned it. You know, this is the first. I think it's the first concrete video, right? That's really been heavy with the real film.
I mean, the only one.
It's the only one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got me good, bro.
So good.
So, I mean, what was the inspiration there? Like, was it difficult? You know, give us your point of view from filming, like, with that camera and that whole new setup.
Yeah, so I guess I started seeing it in different videos, and I really enjoyed the vibe that the Super 8 is able to convey. It kind of feels like you're watching someone's memories, you know, considering the camera I use, the Minolta XL 401. I think it's from the 70s.
Most of the numbers.
My God.
What are you guys laughing at?
So the way you just said the name was just so, like, it was very Anton. Continue, though. I love it. I fucking love it.
Someone's going to wonder what model and make it is.
Yeah. Get all that information right into the brain,
dude,
right there.
Covering your bases.
Yo, that's because I'm on eBay every single day, seeing if I can find another one for the low, you know? These things are a hot commodity nowadays. But anyway, I really wanted to, you know, it felt like you could film anything on Super 8, and even if it's out of focus, even if it's a shitty clip, it's going to be entertaining to watch, you know? And I really wanted to do something new. The whole point of Priorities is I was sick of seeing the same shit, the same video, just regurgitated over and over again. You know, I wanted to bring something new to the community. And so the Super 8 footage I thought was going to be a nice touch. And I ended up scoring my camera on Facebook Marketplace for like $50. Came in the original box with the original receipts, with the original 2-year warranty.
Oh.
Yeah, in mint condition. I was juiced. So then I started using it, and I had no idea if it worked or not. You know, the original owner just had it tucked away in his closet for 30, 40 years. And so the first 3 rolls that I shot on the camera, when I got it developed and scanned, I didn't get it scanned in the right frame rate. And so in my editing program, I had to then slow-mo the first 3 rolls so they would match the rest of the frames, the rest of the rolls, because the camera only records in 18 frames a second, but I got it scanned in 24 frames a second because at the time, I guess I thought that's what I needed.
Yeah.
But what I ended up getting was 3 videos, because they make it, they scan the entire roll, so you get one single MP4 file with all the clips. You know, they don't splice it up for you.
Yeah.
And so I had to slow-mo the entire 3-minute, 2-minute video to get it to match up the rest of the rolls. And that was a huge pain in the actual editing software, because now I had 6, maybe 7 rolls total. And each roll runs me about $150, you know, so it wasn't a cheap project. But it was difficult because I then had to, not only did I have to slow-mo it, I had to go in and splice every single clip so then I could pick the right clip I needed for the video, you know?
Yeah.
And it was a huge process. It was super annoying, and my computer barely handled it. And so, you know, with that in mind, I think the intro was probably the most annoying to edit because I had to keep going to the Super 8 and picking the right clip, and it would take long to load, and I don't know which clip I needed. I had to look at everything so many times. Huge pain in my ass.
Why couldn't, or maybe you did this, why couldn't you just slow-mo the entire clip, like one big Super 8 clip, and then re-export that, and then bring that in? Like, re-export it as like an H.264 or MP4.
So I guess I could have exported it out. Probably would have been a good idea, but I didn't, I guess, learn about lossless rendering until I was finishing up priorities, because it wasn't until the end that I actually, you know, I realized I can't just, if I render things twice, right, you're going to lose quality. So then I had to look into lossless rendering because every section was on its own timeline. It was its own project file, you know? So I guess theoretically I could have rendered it out in some kind of lossless format, but then the problem is I still would have had to splice the individual clips, and I don't know how that would have worked in terms of the lossless render, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, because I've done this on a project dealing with like archival film footage from like the 70s.
Mhm.
No one fucking realizes it could be like half the quality, maybe not half, but you know, slightly diminished quality, and it's still just like that film look.
You're talking about 35, aren't you?
Yeah. So
I don't even know.
I think Addie's talking about a bigger.
I mean,
a
I'm
bigger
dealing with
camera.
shit that's already been digitized, sent to
Yeah.
us, and then.
I think it's a little bit different though, because the camera, like the frame rate and everything of that can't, or what, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyways, I don't know.
My
Just a little
question is-
editing talk.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
No,
question-
you're probably right, and maybe in the future that's something I can look into. But then, as I mentioned, the next 3-4 rolls that I ended up getting scanned, those were scanned in the right frame rate, and so that's just what I'm doing from now on. So I don't have to deal with this anymore.
Right. So my question though, Scan, still in this, you know,
Mhm.
subject is, there's what, only one land or trick filmed that way, and it's the Kevin at the new spot, you know, next to what was the new spot, Pier 7, right? New block set spot.
Block set next to Pier 7?
Yeah, you haven't seen it yet.
Next
I don't
to
think
the building.
priorities. Kevin and fucking Jake hit it. You film Kevin, right, with film, or you don't, because you're filming. You're in the shot filming.
Yeah.
Is that the only trick you guys even attempted to film that way, or was there other tricks? Because you can't waste a bunch of film. Like you said, you only get 3 minutes of the on that cartridge. So is it like being super select? Was that first try with Kev when he did that, or did you guys shoot that a couple times?
I don't remember. I think David, he was the one who filmed Kevin doing that trick, and he was just going crazy with the Super 8, actually. I had to tell him to stop recording because he was just wasting tape.
Yeah, one time, when it's not your money.
Wait,
Film. Yeah.
boom. That's for real.
You might be right, because there is a clip of David, and he does the back flip on the electrical box. You know, we lift up the grate, and he goes bump to electrical box. But because he didn't land it that try, you know?
Okay.
So as far as like actual makes go, yeah, I think you might be right. Kevin's trick, that full deal might be, oh, no, Jake does bar front board in Hunter's Point.
Oh, right. So, but really, you guys didn't really, or you, or whoever else is filming with it, because you're usually filming with the real camera. You guys weren't going to waste a bunch of film on tricks. It was more trying to be selective and shit, right? Like, you weren't out there just blasting every hag trick going down, because we all know that's a 2-hour endeavor.
Yeah, because I think, you know, the point of the Super 8 was to convey the message of priorities. It wasn't so much to serve as, you know, an additional angle or something like that. I really just want showcase, you know, our other priorities or just the environment that we're in. So that was what the Super 8 footage was really reserved for. But, you know, moving forward in future projects, yeah, we'll definitely be doing some additional angles with the Super 8. I think that's really cool.
Yeah. If the person got it. I mean, you know, some of those tricks. I know some of the tricks in that video were battles. There was
Yeah.
times you can't be wasting cartridge after cartridge on some of those tricks.
Yeah, I mean, it comes out to just under like $1 a second, and when you factor in the price of the actual cartridge and then the price of getting it developed, then scanned, and then shipping there and back, because I have to send it to Burbank. I have to send it to Pro 8mm, and then it costs about $100 just to get it processed and scanned, you know? So,
The whole thing.
shooting everything.
Yeah. What about what Addy just said? Addy made a good comment. Well,
Dude, they've got to have just a filter. You film it in HD and then just throw that fucking film grain on it. Boom.
You can't do that.
the Bible that scan.
You can do it. You
Put the
just don't
Bible
like
that
it.
scan.
Nah, that's highly illegal.
Highly. I'm with
So,
Anton on this.
Who's
It's like
gonna
at that point, don't even
know?
fucking do it. Like,
Who's
just
gonna know?
Exactly. At that point, don't even do it. You know, like, why are you faking it? You know, it's not cool if you're gonna fake it.
It's
Yeah, don't fake the
blasphemy.
bacon.
It's definitely blasphemy, but
I'm not into that.
save a little bit of money.
I'm not trying to bring up subjects and get people pissed off, but like that last was it Hockey or Fucking Awesome, and they made it all look like it was 4:3, and they put the little graininess so it looked like old school television, like 90s or 80s television.
Yeah.
I wasn't into that. Personal opinion, like it just put out the footage how it is. You know, if you want to make it black and white or something, sure, but adding in all of that to extreme sports footage to me is a little not cool.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It might not be the specific FA video that I'm thinking of, but to me, it looked like they were playing the video back on some kind of like analog TV and then recording the TV on the camera because it looked like a filter, you know?
You think that that's how they did that?
It just didn't look like a filter to me. It looked too messed up, you know? It seems like that would be hard to do with a filter because it wasn't just like grainy and noisy. It was also distorted, like on the side stuff.
On the, yeah. That's the one with Ave, where Ave had that really dope part with like the edged bench, the circle-y one, or the C bench.
Yeah, I don't watch too many FA videos, so I'm not sure. I do know what you're talking about. It might be a different video though.
Yeah, no, I think it's the same one. I
Maybe
think
they just doubled up the filter, made it look extra grainy.
It's just it's weird, you know.
Homie's saying they filmed a TV.
I mean, I'm sure if that's how they did it, I'll give extra points. But I just wasn't. I don't know. It just kind of.
I wasn't.
I'm not thinking about the tricks. I'm thinking about like, oh, what's up with this editing?
Yeah.
You don't want that going down, and that's what I liked about priorities. Like you throw in the Super 8, but it's not overwhelming. I think there's a fine line you can walk with that kind of shit, where it's like if you would have done I don't know, every B-roll shot was Super 8, it might have been a little excessive. But you kept a good line of like, there's a bunch of it in there, but you like the right timing and like the pacing of it was really well done with all that kind of shit. You didn't overplay it.
Yeah, and I can understand how someone could think that the intro was maybe overkill. You know, it is like 2.5 minutes of straight Super 8 footage, but, you know, that's just what I wanted. And, so, you know, it might not be for everyone, but that's what I was going for, so.
I didn't think about it until you said that. You're right. The intro is all there. Yeah.
Yeah, and then even the credits is mostly Super 8, but I did sprinkle some HD footage in there because I wasn't able to squeeze it into the video, and I thought I either really wanted to use the clip or I just thought it fit nicely. Like 2 clips specifically stand out. There was this one line of Devin on these like circular manual pads. I just really enjoyed that clip, but I wasn't able to squeeze it anywhere in the actual video. So I tossed it into the trailer, and then there's a clip of Kevin grinding up this really steep rail in South San Francisco, and then quickly cuts to Kirk and David celebrating, and then he tries to go down the rail and kind of doesn't quite make it, you know. I thought that one just kind of fit the credits vibe, you know.
Yeah, really good clip. That is real homie vibes.
Yeah.
I got a question. I got another one. I'm gonna keep popping because I had a lot of priority questions. Kevin back. Was he gonna pop? You know what clip I'm talking about, where Kevin gets buck and then falls on the stairs.
He breaks up his whole back,
you know?
his coccyx.
Yeah.
Was the game plan in that clip for him to slide up the whole flat and then hop up the staircase?
Yes. So what Kevin was going for is he was going for a board slide, and then he was going to wally up the rail and then land, up the staircase. And then at maybe even 2 of the attempts, he actually made it to the top of the kink. He went like flat, up, flat.
Wow.
But he was leaned over and he landed in the grass, so he was trying to make it on top of the stairs. In fact, he may have actually board slid across and then just gapped to fakie on top of the stairs, but he was really just trying to wally that up part.
Dude, even the gap is gnarly. Well, because he's kind of lifting up and he's not board sliding at that point. He's lifting up and kind of you know what I mean? Technically it's just a board. I see where Addy's hitting.
I'm confused. I'm like, wait, wally up the thing?
It's so steep that I call it a wally, but you're right. He's just board sliding up the rail.
But I know what you mean, because you almost have to adjust and change your body weight to kind of get up that part because it was so steep. Because I'm
what's a wally versus slappy?
What's a wally versus slappy? A wally slappy on top. A slappy, it's like a wall ride tug rind is a slappy technically. Yeah. A wally is where you're airing off the wall. You know what I mean? You got to catch a little bit of air. I feel like. But I get what Anton meant by that.
Yeah,
the way that
the motion was
he had to lift up into it. I know what you mean. That was one of my favorite clips. Yeah.
That's my new day.
That's one of my favorite clips, but I was super curious to know what, because partially it's what the fuck was he thinking? That's a death trap, bro.
Yeah, he really hurt his back on that. In fact, I think it was a year and a half later now, he still has back pain from that.
Oh, that's the trick.
Yes. Yep.
Oh. Because I knew Kevin got fucked up back. I didn't realize that's the trick that all of his back issues now go back to that clip.
That's
you got back.
You're Kevin complaining about his back. That's the clip.
Well, speaking on that, there was a day, obviously, me and you were both there. The double heel day, one of my favorite fucking clips, because that stair set, originally when we pulled over for it, Scan, Kevin wasn't the one that was going to be doing it. If you remember, Kevin's not, because Kevin wasn't feeling it that day. He's like, I'm not trying to chuck down shit. And then we kind of, a little whisper from your boy Scanton, hey man, it'd be cool, it looks really good on you. And Kev gets up there, and I'm pretty sure it was first fucking tee, right? He just chucked that guy.
Which double heel up are you talking about?
The double heel down the crazy double set. Another homie was trying to get a clip on it.
Are you talking about the double tail whip, Tubi?
Is that double tail? Did I say double heel?
It's a double tail.
It's double tail.
Because I remember being hyped.
Why did I say double heel, dude? All right, double tail.
That is that makes sense. It would be normal.
Yeah, I know.
Nowadays, no one does double whips.
Yeah, it's double whip.
About
You're right, double whip. Kev, you know which one I'm talking about. With the stairs come down at it. We had the little kid come out from next door.
There's a fountain in the center.
Yeah. So that was funny because we were just driving through the neighborhood, and I think we were probably going somewhere else. And I recalled that there was this big double set on the left. And so we pulled up, and Kirk was eyeing it up, and Kevin was just in the car. And I was like, yo, Kevin, what are you doing? Come look at this double set, man. You should get a trick on this. And he was like, oh, what? Okay, I guess I'll go look at it. And then movement. Walks up the stairs, and he's like, damn, okay, yeah, I could do this. And then I think you're right. Yeah, it was first try. I think he tail whipped it once. He may have tail whipped it twice. And then he just sent the double whip. But that thing was huge. Actually, it's kind of interesting. That double set, it's got a staircase run up to it. You have to make your way down 3 separate flights of stairs just to get to the double set. And I think back in the day when skateboarders were filming on the spot, they would bring wood and put it down the stairs. Yeah. So then one year, Thrasher made this quick Instagram contest where they were like, yo, first person to ollie down the double set with no ramp wins $1,000. So somebody pulled up real quick, quickly ollied down the first 3 sets.
Yeah.
And made it down the final double set, sent the clip in, cashed in. Yeah. But Kevin doesn't need no ramp.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, that's because you're also taking off at a downhill.
Yeah, it's like slightly inclined, but all the sets are.
Yeah.
It's spot.
Down a sloped walkway with some stairs. So as you're making your way down, you're picking up speed. So there's no way I'm jumping that thing, but I can't even imagine how difficult it must be to gauge your speed to make it down the double set, because you don't want to be going too fast. Because then if I'm not wrong, wait, what did he? It's just at the end, or is it like another 3 stair? I can't recall.
It rounds out.
It's a sidewalk.
No, I think it's a 2-stair. I think it was like a little tour or something. And you kind of just pop off. But there's a good amount of distance between the last staircase and that little, like, what Addy called a curve.
Oh, Hag's here too? Damn.
It's pretty mellow.
We need Fact Check Spadoodle to be reviewing this footage and letting us know.
Well, that's what, that clip was one of my fucking favorites. There was a bunch of antics going on. There was a kid next door because we were still there for another like half hour after Kev lands.
Yeah.
Filming Kirk and shit.
Some lady tried to get us out for.
There was a whole thing going on.
Who was smashing the?
It was dope. Some little kid, some neighbor who lives like right next to the double set, just like comes out of the house, has his little razor scooter, and it was weird because he didn't seem too interested, but at the same time, he was hanging around us and like trying tricks. He was like, whoa, like these guys are doing tricks on a scooter. Like you can do that. And then he was kind of like trying to hop and stuff,
Yeah.
He was showing off a little bit.
So he said no to the stickers.
He said no to the stickers.
No to the
he was like,
nah.
You guys aren't that tight.
Yeah.
Like,
his little sister was watching from the window.
Yeah.
It was like a real like weird scenario.
That guy burned us, bro. That kid.
But he didn't burn us too hard because I think Kirk ate shit one time, probably threw his scooter, and the little kid tried to give Kirk his scooter back.
Yeah, he was cool about it. And then that mom came out and told us to stop breaking shit.
That was on the other side.
That was on the other side.
There was like one house on the right was totally chill and like a little down, and then on the left-hand side it was like cranky old white lady not having it.
Yeah, and I get it. Kirk throws a scooter around quite a bit, but at the same time, it's a fucking sidewalk. Don't let anybody kick you out of a sidewalk. That's not private property. We're allowed to ride on that shit. Keep doing it.
Yeah, I mean, Kirk's spooky, though. When Kirk gets upset, it reminds me of somebody I know back in the day. The only difference is that, like, one person I know would let it ruin his whole day. The other guy, like, a half hour later is kind of chilling. He's just like, whatever, fuck it, I'm over it, which is appreciated.
Yo, Skinch, Hag wants you to show Tootie the yak wheels he gave you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so we're going to do this publicly, huh? So the story behind that real quick, so we'll just put Hag on blast, is don't ever give Hag a present. Because if you give Hag a present, he got to re-gift that
you
on you.
You gave those to Hag and he gave those to you?
And he gave them to Anton. That's why Anton, live on Sloth Talk, Hag just put himself on blast of being kind of a douche move there, bro.
Bro, re-gifted?
Anton got him. That's tight, like, because Anton's my boy. But it's like, man, Hag, we give you something that he hella wanted, supposedly. You get him for him, and then he's like, giving them away and shit. It's like, bro.
You both or just one?
Both, dude. I got both.
What?
I gotta move this out of the way. Legendary. See this shit?
It better not be mine. Which number do you have?
9. You can't really
What?
see.
How'd you get 9,
That's
dude?
Tyler Fork, right?
Yeah. You can't see. Damn.
He's got the rolling board, too, from the old apartment.
Yeah.
I forgot that that's chilling there.
You know it.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, dude, we got two hella protos, 2 yaks.
Bro, are they even been ridden?
No, fuck no.
Even ride. It's not like he rode them and like wanted to pass it off like sharing parts. That's okay.
Nah, but check it out. It doesn't stop there. I got Jake's in the plasmas.
Damn, freshies?
Freshies. You think I'm riding these? You got me fucked up.
I think we only have one. I don't know if we got both.
I have two of them because I'm supposed to frame them for Jake. They're not mine. They're Jake's.
yours.
Yeah.
But not over. Let me turn the light on. It's getting a little dark here.
Speaking of which, I really need to do that. Sorry, Jake, if you're in here. My bad, little bro.
And this is my latest addition. I'm super juiced on these ones. Bam!
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Cody Donovan?
You know it.
The
Wow.
CDs.
The CDs, dude.
The name's Cody.
Are those glow in the dark?
Dude. I don't know. I don't
Where's
know.
Go on that one. Are those glow in the dark? He said he's in the business. I could see him.
Yeah, Faduda, look that up for us and let us know if those are glow in the dark.
Yeah.
But I'm so juiced on these Cody Donovan wheels because when I was like in 6th grade, just like, you know, starting my scooter adventures, I didn't realize that there was a whole community of people doing this. I was riding my unbolted Razor A model, just doing like, you know, one-footed wheelies or like the pogos. And I ended up going on YouTube and like I looked up Razor scooter tricks or something. And I think the first video I saw was Cody Donovan punk scooters, and just been hooked ever since, you know. So to finally get a pair of his wheels, which I ordered from Australia, I think Juzzy posted something on the story.
Yeah.
Some dude's garage and he had a supply of old Eagle wheels. And I was like, yo, where the fuck did you get that? And he gave me the link and it was like some super shitty website from like the late 2000s, so outdated. I had to get in contact with the guy to make sure he even had them, because on the website he had listed that he had the Hep Greg wheels, which also would have been so dope to get, but unfortunately it didn't. He did have the Cody Donovan wheels and a couple other Eagle wheels, so if you guys are interested, let me know. I'll give you the link.
Fadoodle says that those wheels are re-pour, so he doesn't know, which isn't much of a fact check, but
We appreciate it, though, Fadoodle.
yeah, Fadoodle, it was all right.
Yeah, it's our man on the scene here.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool, Scam. Well, I got a question for you because you're bringing up when you first got into scootering. Obviously, you're from the Bay Area, you know, the South Bay. What was your introduction to this guy? Like, did you ever hear about this guy around the Bay, or was it not until Heligrip started that you really heard about Addy?
Was he pointing at me when I turned around?
Yeah, so this guy next to me.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Addy,
you know, you guys are from Walnut Creek. I was from Cupertino, San Jose area. So we
Whoa.
in
East
Whoa,
Bay.
I'm from Concord. I'm not from Walnut Creek.
Dude, I apologize.
Like saying someone from Mountain View is from San Jose. You don't do that.
I do it all the time to Anton.
Yeah.
Does it all
We
You're-
call
You're all
the South Bay San Jose.
the time. That's why I say it all the time. Anton knows.
Anyway,
Not
You-
caught up.
we were like at least an hour away from each other, you know? So,
Yeah.
And then you guys were also like 8 years older than I was. And at that's a huge age gap. So, like, we never really crossed paths. So I didn't realize, of course, when I got my Razor Pro, I must have gotten either like RVM4 or something. I remember somebody had this like Warriors song.
Someone called out the RVM4 in the comments.
Warriors song. Wait.
No, that's Matt Pate's section.
Okay, yeah.
It's not by the Warriors. I know.
Oh, did you guys?
What's that?
You guys kind of froze. I think we're good though.
I was saying, yeah, that Warriors, that was Matt Pate's part.
Well, were you in that video?
Yeah, I was second part. I was right after that.
So I definitely watched that video, but it didn't register to me that, you know, that was you, or even that you were in the Bay Area, because back then, even really watching like local skate videos. So I didn't know, you know, I wouldn't have recognized any local spots or anything like that.
Yeah, okay.
Um,
It's heavy as but it's a bunch of spots that don't even exist anymore. Like,
yeah,
you know,
exactly. That I never went to.
gone.
Yeah.
All that.
And correction, it is RVM3. Fadoodle's on it, but you relate to that
There
one.
was an RVM4. Were you in?
There is an RVM4, but I didn't see it for like 2 years until after it was done.
Were you in that?
Yeah, I was in that. I've only seen it once.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It was
RVM4.
finished like years before it ever dropped, and then I think it only came out digitally.
But I think the one you're referring to, that song, is RVM3, not
That is
4.
RVM3, and Matt Tate was.
Yeah, because Matt Tate had a dope part in that one.
I don't even know what's an RVM4. I had like competition, like warm-up clips or some shit in there.
I think it's the Japan tour. Is in that video. Is in 4.
Yeah, that is in there.
The Japan tour is in 4.
Yeah.
Where Addy does the backflip over the ramp, which is the only time I've ever seen Addy do a backflip to, you know.
That's the only backflip ever that is.
That's not fly out. Yeah.
You can see me miss the ramp.
Well, the thing, too, Dan, is by the time you're that age, he's already living in Arizona. He ain't even he's not even.
There you go. Okay.
You know, me, Eric, and Georgie were still here, and Ron, obviously, Hag, but we didn't know Hag existed yet. But he's not even necessarily.
I knew Hag existed.
Yeah, we knew he existed, but like we weren't riding with Hag. You know. Yeah. At that point in time.
Anyway, I didn't I guess get in contact with you guys until maybe like the Epic contests, because by then, you know, you guys were starting Hella Grip, you guys had your booth set up, and then like I was obviously getting a little older and, you know, getting that more acquainted with the Bay Area and whatnot. And I think we had probably met Jake very shortly before, you know. And at that point, there still wasn't too many scooter riders in the Bay Area. So, you know, meeting Jake and Matt Tyler and Livermore and Josh for Doodle 666, you know, that was pretty crazy. So then we became friends, obviously, because we were around the same age group, the same skill level. We were all filming videos. We had similar interests. And then you guys swooped up Jake pretty quick.
Now, he would have been already on the squad by the time Epic's happening.
Didn't you run into the Urban Art dude, like the Urban Art team when they were in town?
That's after.
Yeah, that was weird.
And I don't know if like we knew each other at that point.
We did. We knew Anton as Jake's buddies because Jake had already established a friendship with them. Because I heard about you boys. I seen you guys obviously at Epic. You're in the video.
Yeah.
Like, and past all you guys in that video, you're all standing together. It's like you, Ryan, Kev, Danila, standing at the end of the thing. And I talked to you guys for a second. You could go back and look. It's on the Over Show. And then Jake and Austin started mentioning you.
Oh, right. Yeah, Austin. Can't forget.
And Dave and all the boys.
And one of you guys hit me up on Facebook, like 2010, and I was like, oh, there's this random crew from Mountain View.
That was sure. I was hitting you guys up on Facebook for sure.
Yeah.
And Aaron, I don't want to leave Aaron out because Aaron was super involved.
I thought it was Aaron who hit me, or he was one of the first people I saw of your guys' crew was an Aaron clip.
Yeah,
I was like, who the fuck is this Bay Area crew?
And he was like yelling, you know, it was one of those clips where he was like throwing his scooter. I was like, dude, this kid's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's crazy, bro.
And it was all street clips. I'm like, who the fuck is, who are all these guys?
It's interesting that, like, I really remember Aaron out of you guys, and, you know, obviously he ain't around no more, which, shout out to Aaron.
Shout out.
Yeah, he pops up in priorities.
He does. Twice, yeah.
Yeah, kicking it, not riding, but.
No, yeah, kicking it. But I remember messaging Hella Grip, whoever that was, on Facebook, probably before Instagram was even a thing. And I was telling you guys that you should have NC Board Shop in Los Gatos stock your grip tape because I think they were selling scooter parts. Maybe even like scooter grip tape. Maybe that wasn't even a thing back then yet. But I think, yeah, I hit you guys up and I was like, you know, trying to scheme my way in there, telling you guys about NC Board Shop.
Yeah. And we are at NC Board Shop now, right around the corner from Kev's house.
Look at that.
Cool. I'm a big fan of NC Board Shop because they're very historical for especially South Bay skateboarding. Like NC Board Shop is a shop for you know, South Bay skateboarding. So it's awesome to be in.
The NC stand for? Are they out of North Carolina?
Northern California, probably?
Northern California, Addy.
It's probably NorCal Board Shop.
Because
Fadoodle.
Look that
what
up.
Does the NC stand?
Fact check. Come on.
The main day I remember really being impressed by you and Kev and the Concrete dudes was obviously Sacramento Street Jam. You guys really put it on. Kev especially. And that's when I realized of like all of you dudes. Because you were all together and shit that day. I feel like that's the first time I feel like we must have spoke that day a little bit. I know I talked to Kevin for sure because there's like a clip of me talking to him. But, you know, I always like to hear you know, your guys' view, because you guys were young.
Yeah.
You know, guys, the first time you weren't even tall yet. You know, like you were tiny little. Especially Kev. Kev was a real tiny guy. He hadn't, you know, blossomed the way he is now. He's a giant. Yeah. It's just interesting to me. You know, I'm going to touch on that real quick.
Probably NorCal.
Yeah, it's probably NorCal. All right, back to priorities, because that's what we're really here to fucking talk about. We're going a while, so let's ask one more major question here. Scan, what is the trick to you that stands out really in priorities? Is there one in particular trick that you feel like the person thought for more, or just overall was the best trick? I know that's hard, you know, to say one trick, but
you gotta throw someone under the bus, bro.
Yeah, so I mean, the first clip that comes to my mind is probably Jake Sorensen's backflip tailwhip on the super long shootout rail at Yerba Buena Gardens.
Oh yeah.
He closes out the third section. In fact, that would have been the ender had I filmed more like B-roll or like roll-up shots, or even if we had another angle. But like Jake ended up doing it twice because the first attempt was a little sketchy. So he did it a second time. And so, you know, he wasn't surprised anymore. And like the homies weren't like yelling because it wasn't so crazy. It was his second time doing it. And I didn't have like a roll-up angle or anything. So it didn't feel as like climactic, you know. It was like a classic Jake Sorensen banger, but was it dramatic? Like, was it an ender? For me, it was, but you know, for the whole video, I think I needed something more exciting, more, you know, more yelling, and I think that's why I ended up going with Kirk's clip, is because Kirk's clip is so out of left pocket where he does the left pocket, where he does the front feeble and then drops into the steep ass bank and then back feebles like the ending, and then he like runs into the post, and Parker and Allen, you know, walk down the walkway and high five him, and everyone's cheering, and then Kirk walks up to me and high fives me. And that spot also overlooks the Golden Gate Bridge. Like, it's not actually a skate spot, it's a lookout point. And so, you know, as far as like an ender, like that felt more appropriate to me.
Yeah,
that thing was fucking crazy.
It's
me
nuts.
and Nathan Fleming, shout out to Flamongo.
Flamongo, out Australia, homie.
When we were taking photos of him at the Golden Gate Bridge, and I think I like joked about like, man, that'd be fucking crazy if someone dropped in or some shit on this, knowing that like that's probably not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So that was super nuts. I saw someone called out Jack Colston's line.
Yeah, that got shared by Trent.
That's right. So can't forget Jack Colston's line. I mean, that line, it was incredible, and I had to put it in without any song. You know, it was that crazy. And I just thought it was so funny that prior to doing that line, he complains that he hadn't scootered in a while. And then he just busts out one of the craziest lines ever done.
Yeah.
And, I remember him telling me that he was stoked that I was there to film it because I'm like the only one that can keep up with him, because that spot is like on a slope. It's at the LA River. As some might know, there's like a dozen spots along the LA River, but this one was like on the walkway on the river, and so it's kind of downhill, and he needed to go really fast to make it up the wall for the front board, and then also for the front wall right at the end. And I think, you know, filming in San Francisco all these years kind of trained me to film Jack Colston, because he rides so fucking fast that I was able to keep up with him. But I remember he blasted that last front wall ride so fucking high that his head cut out of frame because I wasn't expecting him to go so high. And that's crazy, you know, like that he did it so good that the filmer didn't anticipate him to go so high. That's crazy.
Yeah. When I saw it, I thought exactly what you were kind of hinting at, is that it was like, to me, it felt like it was an SF clip.
Mm-hmm.
Just going and how it was filmed, it felt like an SF downhill spot.
Yeah.
And then, the wall ride at the end was like, whoa. I think that's what made it really stand out for me. Not necessarily that it was just like a front side wall ride, but it was like he went like 2 feet higher than I thought, you know.
Yeah.
And it's, but whoa, I was not expecting that extra oomph.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
both
even
the clips you got.
Sorry,
But they're not the best. But that's both those just.
I wouldn't say it's just that was one of those like honorable mention ones that I was just like, no one will say it's the best trick, maybe, other than whoever commented.
I mean, they're both. I mean,
but it's a great like honorable mention, I think.
Yeah.
But the best is, I'm going to tell you right now, it is Devin over that spot that used to be next to the apartment. And the reason why is we showed that spot. Anton knows we showed that spot.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Every top pro that stayed at Helicopter.
Oh, I forgot.
For so long, right?
That thing's
Anton,
fucking
you know,
crazy.
bro, we showed that spot to fucking everyone.
Yeah.
No one wanted it.
Yeah.
And it was. I'm not saying that it was easy, but it was pretty laced up for you to hop over.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And classically, Dev comes up to the bay and fucking does that. I think it was like second try.
Yeah, and it was like the
third
first spot
maybe?
of the day. It wasn't even like warming up to it, and then he did tricks across the street.
Yeah, then he crosses the street, and in priorities, you play them back to back, and people don't realize this. He literally did those tricks back to fucking back. He hopped over the crazy thing with Brick. That's nuts. Like, you can't tell in the footage, and you know, maybe if there was an additional third shot, you got to lace like through this really tiny area next to a door, hop on a ledge, then hop over a rail to the shittiest parking lot maybe in America.
Dude, if you fell on that parking lot, like your
disgusting.
hands are done, dude.
Everywhere and stuff, it's gnarly parking lot.
Jeez,
Lands
dude.
that, then cross the street. You cross with him, and he fucking gets 2 more tricks across the street from it.
Yeah.
Just boom. And I was just, I mean, that's impressive, dog. I mean, Devin killed it in that video, and we got to mention. I know we're about to wrap up. We got to mention Devin.
Yeah, I'm so hyped on that clip.
Because he should have been Scooter Rider of the Year last year. I'm going to say it here, bro. He should have gotten it. I was kind of
agree with you on that one, too.
Devin,
nobody had anywhere near as much footage as Devin had. Shout out my teammate.
Oh, not our Trace Hermanas calendar.
Sorry.
Austin Coates killed it, but
yeah,
Devin filmed so much with everybody in every fucking state.
Yeah.
And for me, you know, Scooter Rider of the Year is somebody who really gives it 100 all year, and I don't know who else went harder than Devin. And I gotta say, like, Devin's one of my favorite people to film with. That kid is so hungry at every spot. And, you know, speaking of priorities, like, Devin's priorities is scootering. You know, if anybody deserves it, it's Devin. And everything up with so incredible. That hop you guys were talking about, it's got to be like 12 feet at least. Like, that thing's huge, you know?
Yeah, gnarly.
But yeah, I love filming with Devin. He's actually coming up here tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's coming up from Slow, and then a couple dudes from Valère are flying in from Minneapolis, I think. I hope that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, Devin, like, had so much fucking footage last year. And I don't know if, you know, and I'm not harping on you, Escape, but if priorities would have dropped and then they didn't give it to him, that would have been some bogus shit, because that boy.
I think had I released priorities in 2020, Devin's, you know, Scooter of the Year bid would have for sure been solidified. But unfortunately, the video wasn't done. And, you know, as you guys know, it took me an additional 4 months into 2021 just to get it out. So.
He's going to film more this year anyway, so you got priorities in the beginning of the year. I'm sure about 3 more parts before the year's done. So, you know, he'll get it done this year. I mean,
Jesus Christ. Come on, dude. It's my favorite calendar. Oh, God. Oh, man.
Anyways, bro, just technical difficulty after technical difficulty.
Yeah,
right?
I have a special bond to this.
All right, Scan. Well, you know, we reached our allotted amount of time anyways, I think. We went over. You have to catch that beer, and you're finishing your beer. Appreciate you coming on Sloth Talk tonight. Talk a little priorities talk. We're obviously
frozen.
Yeah, just the video. Whatever.
What do you think about doing either front side nose blunt to back nose blunt or back nose blunt to front nose blunt? Has that gone down on anything?
Yes. I saw this dude. I don't know who he is. I believe he's on Ethic. It might be Addict, but I think it's Ethic. And he on Instagram did maybe both, but I believe he did frontside nose blunt to backside nose blunt. And it was like hard 180, you know? So he did front nose blunt, back 180 to backside nose blunt. And that's insane. I don't understand. I can't even grasp how to go about that, you know?
Metal edge or
Yeah, what was it
concrete?
on?
Yeah, this thing's a big difference.
I don't know. It was either metal or, you know, like fake wood.
Okay, so it wasn't concrete or marble or something.
No. It was at a skate park too. But
Yeah.
nonetheless, he got it done, and that's fucking
Yeah.
crazy. Like, I didn't think that was going to be possible. I still don't know how he did it, and I saw him do it.
Yeah.
Fadoodle needs to post the link down below.
Yeah, hit us with the link, Doodle. Yeah, that's a crazy trick. Would you do that? Is that something in the future for Scanton?
Yeah, bro, is that in the wheelhouse?
No way. I remember like pondering the idea of doing front nose blunt hard 180, and like it doesn't make sense. So I think that actually there's a Tommy Christiana. He did do it in a real video on this like loading dock to electrical box, and he did do front nose blunt hard 180, and that trick is crazy. It makes no sense because with like a front lip hard 180, you're spinning off the back wheel, you know, like you're dragging your back wheel and then using that friction to throw the spin. But with a nose blunt, your back wheel is up in the air. So how do you start the spin?
Yeah.
You gotta like pop. It's all, I guess, all shoulders. Like you gotta really you gotta be rotating it before you even pop. Like your upper body's already turning almost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's very Mark
You
Johnson.
gotta do Mark Johnson. You don't even realize that you're slowly turning. It's just all one motion.
It's one motion, but it's almost like the turn begins before you even apply pressure to pop. I guess. I mean, I'm not doing that fucking trick. I broke my fingers skating a curb, so the fuck do I know?
But no, you're right. That makes sense. But I don't think that one's happening for me ever.
Yeah. Well, we'll see, Scan. Never say never.
Never say never.
Beaver.
Just a beaver.
Never say never. Shout out to Haley.
Oh, man.
All right. We'll let you go. We know it's a work night, and we all got work tomorrow.
We got work tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah. Well, everyone go check out Priorities. It's live on the Bay Area Concrete.
Fadoodle's going to post the link below.
Fadoodle's going to put the link below for us.
That's right. Go check that shit out. Worked hard on it.
Pick up a sheet of Scanton's grip tape at your local shop or the Sloth shop. We also have Anton posters of him doing the nose blunt. They're under the box. I couldn't get it.
Oh.
I wanted to hold up the poster, but we have a poster of Anton doing a nose blunt at 3rd and Army. He's frozen right now, so he can't respond to this. Oh, there he is. He's moving.
I'll just take it down.
You can pick up a poster. Got his colorway. Addie's going to grab the poster. We'll show it off a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
It's a beautiful poster. Shot by David Coe.
Photoshopped by...
Yeah. You got Nathan in the background because he was here in town from Australia.
Nathan's
awesome.
back there. There he is. That's before we went and looked at that spot that Kirk did. Boom.
Yeah. Beautiful photo. That's available at the Sloth shop or your local shop. I think the Volt has them. Pick that up. Support your boy Anton.
11 by 17.
All right, Scan.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me on. It was good chatting with you guys.
Yeah, always, doggy. Come on now.
Yeah.
We keep it in the fam.
All right, someone's got to end this now. I don't know. I think Anton has to.
All right, have a good night.
Dude.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching another episode of Sloth Talk. We'll be back hopefully next week, and we'll see who we get.
I hope it's the doodle.
Yeah, maybe we'll have a doodle. That'll be tight.